Hello everyone, in this tutorial we're going to learn how to make a basic work program. Alright, once you open your Microsoft project, we can start keying the task. So I'll give a little bit wider for the task name, and here you can just say key milestone, and then next one is civil works and such services. These are the civil services, the early stage of the construction, in which it includes setting up your office, set up the fences and all that kind of stuff, including the dilapidation report and all that. And moving on to the substructure, superstructure, got roofing, and next it's building envelope, facade, finishes and services, and also the external work. Lastly is the closing works. Right, these are the important elements to start with. Alright, and then as you can see on the task mode, it's currently on manually schedule. It is very important to set this program, or to set this task in auto. So we can do, just go like the Excel, go to the top left and then click auto schedule, and then here at the bottom left you can click next task. That will be auto schedule. So whatever you key in next, that will be auto schedule. Right, because we already know that task is auto schedule by looking at the task mode column. So you can see that share is like a blue with right side arrow, right? And then in the key milestone, what we need to do, we're gonna add few more tasks under that. So click now ID2 and press insert in your keyboard. So it's basically adding a new row for that. And then here it's contract reward. That's basically the most important part in any construction. Because you wouldn't start any construction project without contract reward. And then this will be the contract duration, whatever it says in contract reward. So you just have to key inside here, inside the duration column. And then next one we got the forecast practical completion, right? Alright, then we're gonna select all these three that we just type in, and then go to here, indent task. Right, then you can see that it's become bold. Right, that's because this is the heading, become the heading of these three tasks. Next one, go to civil work and site services. Just basically click insert button again to add more row, and then here is basically a clear area. Excavate, remove trees. Oops. So if you ever like any type of stuff, just double click it and then the task information pop-up window will come up, and then just correct your description. Remove trees and strip topsoil. Alright, and the next one is install hydraulic services. That include water, gas, fire. including existing or temporary connection. Alright, and then you have all point. Inspection prior to backfill, and then backfill, install electrical services, then bits, and then hold point again, inspection prior to backfill, and once the inspection done, you can basically backfill. And then select these stars, do the indent again, and these become bold, means it's become the subheading. Right, then we go to, oh, these are supposed to be under single books, and then we have, because we don't have enough row just now, so we have overwritten the substructure, so we just add insert here, type in again substructure, right, and then we don't want this to be in the same heading under civil works, so we do it here. It's basically just undo the indent, so you just outline that. So under substructure we have footings and ground slabs. Oh, we're gonna make these different row ground slabs. Alright, we've got extra row here. I'm just gonna delete that. Select these. Alright. We have superstructure. Well, maybe we don't need so many row. Right, substructure what we have is direction of structural still. Erect structural still frame, and then stone Berlin. Alright. Alright. For roof, give 3 more rows. So for under roofing, you will have install mesh and socket or scissillation, anything insulation, right? And then install roof sheetings or linings, roof plumbing, and then what we have next is external wall framing. Install brickwork, install doors and windows, external cladding, install curtain, downpipe, painting. All right. then we should have finishes. It's been overwritten earlier, so finishes and services. So your internal masonry. Just gonna outend this, and then just walls for hydraulics, electrical, contact pipe, conduit pipes in walls, lot and center walls. Start framing. Alright, and once you have your start framing, your drafting services, and then need to have whole point as well. Prior closing internal walls. Once inspection done, move on to data sheet and set start walls. Next is ceiling, bulkhead, framing, and then you have whole point as well. Prior closing ceiling, basically. Alright, and then what else? After that, we can close that ceiling linings, and flushing. And then after that, paint first coat, or basically paint first coat. First coat, final paint. You usually have wall sealer as well to start with, so and then final fit off. But in this case, I'm just gonna ignore that first. We don't have to do that wall sealer, just indicate that paint, final paint, just to make it simple, just for us to understand how we're gonna use this software. Because if you're familiar with construction, then that'll be easy. Because as a project planner, it's very important for you to know the construction knowledge or the construction coordination on the job itself, rather than just know how to use the software. So it's very important to actually know how does this construction work in the real world. And then moving on to external wall, we have veranda section here, and in veranda we go ceiling eaves, frame, and lining. Just combine them together. Once that's done, install trains and connect to the sewer, also water, drainage, and then you can start your paving. Off as well. And then install mechanical. Then landscape. Just gonna indent this. Right, under landscape, we have to install irrigation, pipe work, lawn trees, lighter and mulch, and housing works. initial testing and commissioning. Of services, defect release and application, initial clean, and lastly we have to set up project completion and over. Right, so we're just going to indent what is related here. So these three under landscape. Right. So we'll make sure that the veranda should be the same level with the landscape. So if you notice that here, landscape is more like on the left is the same level with external works, but reality is landscape should be under external works. So what you can do is just go to indent this, and you can see the veranda is the same level as the landscape, right? And probably closing work, gonna make sure it's same level with external work. So I'm just gonna outline that. Um, this we're gonna make that into hand. Yeah, it is actually closing works, external work is same level, and project completion should be the same level under the closing work. All right, it's pretty much the task we have included here is basically a very basic task in a single construction house, single story construction house. So the idea is basically just to create a basic work program for you to understand how it is easy it is to actually to start learn the how to build a good work program. So with that being said, the task name is done. So we're gonna move on to duration. So right in for contract award, basically just a milestone, put a 0 date, and then contract duration. That one we can leave it for now, but later on we will gonna link it from the contract award. So focus completion, leave it for now. Clear area excavate, that one let's just assume 2 days, 3 days. This one's inspection 1 day, back 1 day. Back in 40 ground slab 8 days, structures 2 days, and then this one's roof bottom. So why should it take long? So this 2 days, 6 days. And then in here we're gonna add the roof frame. It's basically erect roof frame before you can install roof purlin. Basically, these usually just say 4 days from now. External wall framing, then that's usually 4 days. External brickwork, we just say 8 days, 3 days. External cladding, just say services, just say 6 days, 1 day, 5, 1, 6 days painting, students benefit of grades. Alright. Now it's this is just milestone. Right. Alright, then the next one, we're gonna link all these activity. Gonna insert another column for successor. Yep, that's it. So you usually need these two columns when you want to link the project. So we go to the top. Contract duration, just leave it. Clear area. Excavate now. Alphabet. So these usually link to contract award, right? And then next one, after clear all these area, link it to number 6. And after install all these hydraulic, you definitely need to have inspection for that. And then backfill. Oh wait, so it's number 8. So what it says just now, you cannot have a SAM predecessor for its ID item. Then after backfill, number 9 is number 10. Then after whole point done, you have to backfill it, right? Right, okay. Then after this is done, then you move on to footings. Alright. When your footing's done, then you can do your ground slab. Then after ground slab's done, you can start erect your structural steel. So basically link structural steel with ground slab. And then number 17. Alright, and can basically link 17, 18. You will need 18, which is the right structural steel frame. Once you get the roof frame ready, so you can start install the roof purlin, which is ID 19 or 28. Yeah, and then roofing, install mesh and socket. So that'll be linked to number 20. Right. Then 22. Then go 24. 23. Right. So your external wall framing can actually happen after the roof purlin install. Alright, so that'll be 20, then wall framing done, then followed by 27, because you will need this external wall framing to tie in with the external brickwork. That's what holding the brick. And 28 for the doors and window. And cladding as well. And then install gutters and downpipes. So 29. And then external painting. Right. And then you got some finishes. So internal masonry. Ideally you want to start internal masonry as soon as you get ready with your structure, because internal masonry you have a lot of services embedded in the masonry. So let's just have a look to what we need to link to. Internal masonry. So ideally when you done with your erect steel structure, steel frame, roof frame, yeah, I'll say linked it with 18, right? And then chest walls for hydraulic, electrical, that's basically chest walls, that internal masonry wall. So that'll be 33. And then you have to put your conduit pipe into the wall, right? So it's 34. After that, you can start float and render the walls. So it's 35. And then you got to start framing as well in this building. So combination with internal masonry and start framing. So after internal masonry done, chest all the walls done, and then you can do start framing. You can do it together with the internal masonry, provided they are in different areas. So coordination is important in this aspect of planning. So start framing, then you can do your rough in services, put on all these wires and link it with 37, and then you will need inspection for that. So linked it to 38. After your inspection done, rectification all done, then you can put the shit on and set the start walls. So linked it 39, and after the 41 you can link it to you can actually link it 38, which they're rough in services, or the 37 start framing. Let's just link it to 38 first, because when people putting in rough in services, they will usually rough in services in the ceiling as well, right? And then 41, because after inspection you can start closing the ceiling. Then obviously painting after flushing done. Then got final paint, final feed off after that, right? 45, right? And then you got external works. So external works usually you can do it when you have done the your facade. So go back here, you building envelope facade here. So when you done install gutters, down pipes, you can basically do your external work. So that will be ID 30. So we're on here, link it to 30. Install drain and connect. 49. Go install drain and connect, then you can start with the paving. Right. Install irrigation pipe works. So you can do that after you do the install drain and connect as well. 55, 56, and after that, basically closing works for initial testing and commissioning services. So that's what you can do after 46. Final fill off, right? And then got some defect list and rectification for 5 days, and the initial clean connect after all this defect list. And then 61, right? Then the project completion, you gotta link it 62, linked it to the forecasts. So 62 here. Oh no. here. Right. Then, oh, hold on, let's delete these. So this will be equal to, right? Let's say these take 35 weeks. Oh, exactly here, 6. Right. And then go to focus, practical completion. Just put it 0 days. So you just want to make it milestone. So it's finishing on the 13th of January. But before that, we're gonna change this start date to, let's say, 8th of September, right? Because Monday is working day, Sunday is usually no working day. So Monday, and then finish on contract duration, let's say 35 weeks. So 11/5, this is 13/1. So let's just adjust it 20 weeks, right? 18 weeks. So what you need to do basically to make sure this date is the same in here. So what you can do, you can reduce here time. All right, this is same date now, which is good. All right. Okay. Right, install okay. Need to connect this. So you gotta make sure you have logic in here. You cannot leave it empty. Install mechanical plan. You can go to 59. Letter. So that one straight away to 60. And there is no connection with this, as you can see. And shoot and start sealing walls. That is B41. Right. And then plot and set walls. Right. And then float and set walls. 37. Let's just do this, right? And there you go, roof plumbings. Roof plumbings is not really critical, but you will need to link it to external after external done or install doors and windows before it done. All right. So, right, external paintings. Then you can 31. You can link it. To 46. Right here, plumbing things. All right. What else that doesn't have logic with it? Alright, that's pretty much it, I think. Yep. And then you wanna also have a look contract duration. Finish to 2. Let's see how I make it 25 weeks. 23 weeks. 20 weeks. 21, So it's more like a play and error. So that's good now. So finish, Monday, finish. Right. Alright. And this is auto scheduling. Make sure. Right, this is Monday. And then again, change this to in the future, like let's say 6th of October. And then 2, 3, yep. Just make sure this auto schedule. Let's change that again to 6, right. Auto schedule. And then the fonts start no earlier than 6th of October, right. There you go. So you got 2nd of March finishing it. So to build this project, basically you don't need 21 weeks. Before we finish off with this linking of the logic, we just have to make sure we get the right logic. So I'm just gonna make some changes here. For ID 23, once that roof sheeting or lining's done, then they can start with the 33, so 24, right. So basically internal masonry can start after the roof sheeting's ready. So basically that's gonna push the end date, which is fine, right? Because the idea of this work program is just to understand how this software works and all that. It's not necessarily as a beginner you want to get everything's perfect. You just want to get the idea how this software works. And along the way, when we do these more videos, we will get understand more concept of this project planning, right? So if it's done internal masonry, so assuming the internal masonry finish, then it will go to external brickwork, so 27. So you can click the 33, click 27 while press Control, and then go to tasks. And you can see here link the selected tasks, right? So and you can see there's a big gap here. So basically external framing done, roof sheeting done, and then go internal works done. Internal brickwork done, then external brickwork can start. Right, that's it, I think. Right, just making sure all this logic is right. Roof plumbing is not really something that is urgent, so it can start after the external painting or 30, which is in Sugara. I'll just do that. Yeah, got this like this. All right, that's pretty much it, I think. So you can press Ctrl P to see your overall work program, and then go back to the top and finish 23rd of March. So right, we need 24 weeks it's required to complete this project. All right, I think that's about it really for this exercise. So as a beginner, it's important for you to understand, do this exercise, and making sure that you know how this software works. Anyway, if you have any other more questions, videos, or tutorial that you want me to do, just leave a comment below and do not forget to share this video. Thank you all, I appreciate your time.